They want bars, then that's what I'll give them. Brand new ones, these ones just written. Slow tie said don't forget about Britain. Outsiders never see that vision. They all think they're the tea with the queen, but all I can see is just dealers of fiends. Kilos of weed getting shit for the streets. Blacked out beamers and gangs on beat. If it's not true.
So we're obviously here to introduce Amnesia to the scene. One of the first things I think we should address is how it came about, why you two, and why the name. So, how did it come about? Like, why Amnesia? Why now?
Well, basically, like, with me and Scott was just having this decision one time. We was like, man, we need to do more grime stuff. Like, we need to do more grime because, like, in our town, people do love grime, I think, yeah, but not as much as us, maybe. Yeah. We was just like, we got T-House Connection, and that's just like all over. Sometimes we do grime, sometimes it's trap, sometimes it's rap, sometimes, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of everything, but we wanted something just purely grime, just because that's what we love.
Okay. T-House was like 3 people, wasn't it? So you gotta think it was like the influences of 3 different people. And then obviously with Josh, or Blitz, sorry, wanting to do his thing. He wanted to go in a different direction. There wasn't like bad blood or nothing. It was like, yo, you do you. Like, there's nothing like stopping him from coming back over here and us doing T-House Connection. That's gonna happen. Like,
yeah,
T-House is still a thing.
Yeah, we've still got T-House Connection tunes that will be coming out soon.
Yeah. Okay. So, but like, in terms of like Amnesia coming out now, why not 2 months ago? Why not in 2 months' time? Like, why do you think now is the best time to sort of bring this out and make this?
Amnesia became a thing when obviously we linked up with Little Leaf and met Leo, which was Free Barker. Sorry, Sleep's cousin. I'm still not used to that. So obviously Rob wanted to give us the opportunity to.
And Rob is Lee.
Oh, I'm really bad with this.
And he's your producer.
Yeah, so Leo owns Little Leaf, which is where Sleep's cousin is, and obviously we work very closely with Sleep's cousin and Leo, and then he's just given the opportunity where he basically wanted to put a project out, but he wanted it to be me and you, weren't it?
Yeah.
Because at first he wanted it to be T-House, but he would only do it if Josh was going to do it. Blitz, sorry.
Yeah.
And then because we didn't want to wait around, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's no bad blood.
Yeah. Okay, so the name, like, how did that come about? Why?
So basically, if you think about it and deep it, right, T-House Connection, what do you call it? Is it the anagram?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. The initials?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's like THC, yeah? So obviously a strain of THC is Amnesia, so it's like a spin-off from T-House Connection.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
makes sense.
We still wanted to keep T-House Connection within us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We like,
It's where we
Okay,
came
so
from.
it's kind of
We've
like
worked
you've
hard on
blossomed.
it.
Yeah, we did, man. We
It's
brought
kind of
that.
like you've blossomed from Tea House, so you've got the
Yeah.
Tea House and now you're sort of like
Yeah.
moving. Yeah, okay, I get that, nice. Yeah, okay, so with Amnesia, obviously tonight you've just dropped your first track. Who's this? Who's that?
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I didn't even know about that one. It's so fresh, I don't even
I want
remember
to say
the name.
something though. In the studio, I haven't told her this, but I'm going to tell you now.
Okay.
When we were recording it, you know the bit where he goes, who's this, who's that, I don't know, yeah, I should know because I listened to it loads. I remember you went to me, you need to do a 4-bar remix of this, yeah, and I went to you, that's cool, I've got a 4-bar for it anyway, yeah. And now I'm pissed off because I didn't fucking do the 4-bar remix. Real talk. Because I heard your 4-bar and I was like, yo, because it makes sense. He goes, who's this, who's that, and it's sick. And I heard what you done with it.
Yeah.
Well, because in the studio, I was just like, I'm doing whatever, just a million things at once.
Okay, so do you think, like with the title Who's This, Who's That, obviously this is just me perhaps assuming, so obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but with Who's This, Who's That, do you think that you perhaps use that as your introducing title for your track to introduce Amnesia, because it's kind of like who is this, who is that, like who is this now coming out, what is this about? Do you reckon that sort of
that's that from it was like who's this, who's that, because like everyone will be looking like at Amnesia Boys on YouTube and then they'll be thinking, but what's the house connection? And we're like, so with it,
and everybody loves a little bit of drama, let's face it,
Yeah,
we're all guilty, we all like to look at that, so hang on a minute, why is this not like Tea House anymore? why are we now looking at Amnesia Boys? But yeah, okay, that's great. Amnesia Boys, either or.
It's also as well, because if you think about it, way back, our first ever tune we done together was a back-to-back freestyle.
Yeah.
And it's like,
We always
5
said
years later.
like Levels,
And
which is
now-
out on the TL's Connection SoundCloud. Like if you go back now, like everyone just go back to Levels now on the TL's Connection
And
SoundCloud.
listen to how shit it is.
And then come and check out who's this, who's that, because that's funny, isn't it, bro?
And
Like,
that's the levels on it.
what sort of things are we expecting from Amnesia?
Different. It's not, obviously we love grime, innit? But sound wise, as a producer, I wanna like do different sounds and stuff.
So you want to experiment?
Yeah, definitely. Not even like maybe just necessarily do grime. We were talking about this, about trying out different things and just trying to do different genres.
but still trying to stay within that
Yeah.
grime area. Does that make sense?
Because there's a lot you can do.
You can,
In that like spectrum of 140.
You can bring a lot of things
Yeah.
in, can't you?
We're gonna try it. We are gonna do it, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm really, obviously, I started.
just like
doing
time
guitar.
as well. That's in 70 BPM. But that like double time. That's 140. So
Yeah.
Nice.
We're just gonna try different sounds. But as a producer, I really want to try different things and like, maybe not with the EP. The EP will
So
probably be a
elaborate.
grime
So when you
thing.
say like different things, are we looking at maybe like some singing with your hooks? Are we
Maybe,
looking at?
maybe.
Are we looking at
Yeah.
sort of like
Yeah.
hip hop? What are we looking at? Like
more like the melodies. Like we're still trying to stick as us. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
we're not trying to go too outside of who we ain't.
I just think sound-wise, production-wise, like you can do grime, but just do it a bit different. I want to kind of make the Amnesia sound, if that makes sense.
exactly. You want it to be so. If your video hadn't dropped, nobody had heard the track. They put you on, they know.
It's like how I listen to.
That's sort of-
I can listen to like a track
That's
and
the
know who
sound.
produced it before I've even looked.
Yeah.
I can tell by the production.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you if Rude Kids made a beat or if Surf Spyro has made it because you can tell their sound. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I really want to try and encapsulate that.
Okay, that's great. So obviously I think we've already sort of touched on this question. I don't want to keep going back to that because as you've stressed enough, there is no bad blood. But we do have Tea House Connection, and obviously back in sort of 2017, you guys really sort of was coming at it with the tracks. Obviously we had trap rap. I think we sort of don't know exactly when Rap Bag was released. I think that was 16, wasn't it?
That was the first one.
Yeah, that was the first
That
track.
was
That
like-
was like freestyle.
But
Yeah.
my dates aren't correct there, 100%. But 2017, you guys were definitely smashing it, and obviously it was just banger after banger, really. I do kind of feel, obviously, take with respect, that you sort of just kind of faded out a little bit. Obviously, you had a couple of shows in the town, and you did that. But you know, what's
Personal
happened?
life.
What's happened with Tea
Yeah,
House? People miss
It
Tea
was
House.
personal life that was going on,
Personal
really.
life,
Like
yeah.
nothing between us, the group members, but life happens, doesn't it? Sometimes people got different hours at work. People start having families. Like I myself started having a family at the same time as you.
We all pretty much had kids like within a year.
And
I think
it's,
and in 2018, I was looking at the stats on the SoundCloud the other day, and if you could like, because you can look at the statistics, and if you click on like yearly, so from like 2016, in like peaks, and then like in 2018, basically when everyone had kids, it was like,
Cool.
and then when everyone started dropping music again, it was like,
But I think you find that a lot with like normal
Yeah, of
artists
course.
anyway. I mean,
Like,
everybody
life,
takes a
innit?
break. Everybody takes a break at some point, whether it's just for personal mental health issues, whether it's to start a family, whether it's just to get married. Some people just want a breather. So I totally get it, and
Like-
you know, people have to respect that.
and like going back to the whole Tales Connection, yeah, there's that, but we've stocked up lyrics upon lyrics, bars after bars, songs after
Been
songs,
writing
but we just
so
been sitting
much.
there.
Do you feel
And
like
we've been
lockdown's
watching, like,
helped?
It's let me think more about like everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, hang on a minute, we're sitting there, it's lockdown, and I'm watching other local artists, like, not in a I'm a jealous sort of way, but like looking at and releasing music, and I'm
Inspiring
thinking,
ways.
yeah, I'm thinking,
yeah, of course, it makes you want to work harder. doesn't
thinking,
it?
right, what am I doing? Sitting here, I'm just sitting on my ass, and everyone's releasing music around me. I've got a studio, I've got like bars, I'm just not releasing anything. So I thought, like, instead of sitting there, I need to start getting
You
on it.
need to
So
get inspired.
I think with
yeah.
me, I made so many beats for like the first month of lockdown. I literally just made beats, and then I ran out of energy to make beats, and I don't know. But what is it? What do they say? You can have too much of a good thing, innit? So I had all this time, and I was just maximising and smashing out making beats. And yeah, I made a lot of good beats. I was listening back to some of them today, funnily enough. And I sent one to Sleep's cousin earlier, so hopefully he can be using one of them. I'll tell you about that later. But fucking.
So with Amnesia, obviously you guys have just sort of like brought this out as it being you two, and obviously that's all eyes on you guys at the moment. But do we have any collabs lined up? Do we have any hopes to collab with anybody, or are we sort of keeping it?
Yeah, we've got some already lined up actually, haven't we? I've got a collab lined up with Terra Montana already.
But
Yeah,
Okay, who's that?
He's like he went touring back in the day, didn't he?
Yeah,
So,
I
he
swear
started
Terra
showing
Montana was like
He
big
was
back in the day. We were
big
talking about
MCs
it.
and that, and then like
He's
obviously
sick.
life got in
Yeah,
the way
opportunity,
sometimes.
you know,
Yeah, like life got in. Check out Grime. I can't really think of like many off the top of my head by name wise. Does that make sense? Because it
But
was
his name is?
it's Terra Montana. TERRA Montana.
Yeah.
MONTA.
And you've got something lined up with him?
Well, yeah, we will have something soon. We've already been talking about the works and the projects. Producer-wise, Happy Ghost as well. He's been,
Finally.
yeah.
Do
He's
you have like what
I've
sort
been
of
trying to
genre?
get a beat off you for years. You all paid.
Do you have a sort of genre that you want to go with that? Are we looking at hip hop? Are we looking at grime? Are we looking at rap?
It's kind of like I said. It's like a hard one to touch, really, because my Late Bloomer EP, that was like mainly rap, if I'm honest, but it made it into a
It was on a grime website.
but it made it
So
to a
big
grime
up you
website.
guys.
So yeah, it's like I think I can we're trying to touch that era of fine, like of grime, like because if we're hitting grime, man, we want that original sound, don't we? We don't want none of this modern grime.
But when you say about the grime, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like grime has changed a lot compared to what it was when perhaps you discovered it. So grime these days could be a
But we
track
wanna
you would
make
never
it-
put down as being grime anyway. So I think like when you're bringing out these tracks, they're sort of hitting every sort of like.
Yeah.
The thing is with me and you, we both love grime, but it's not like we listen to the same artists. So like I've always showed you artists and you've always showed me artists.
Yeah.
We listen to the same people, innit? But like,
We have different favourites that we
yeah,
go to.
like
That makes sense.
if I rung you and you was listening to music, and I was like, oh, what do you listen to? It wouldn't be someone that I necessarily listen to all the time. That doesn't mean I don't like them. But it's the same with you.
Yeah.
But then we have artists that like you've showed me and I've got really into, and same with you.
Yeah.
But then I'm a massive fan of like old school grime, like Roll Deep, Dizzy Rascal Boy in the Corner, like Wenamere, Rough Squad, like all of that proper nostalgic era of grime. I just love that sound where it was really raw and like in your face, and that's what I tried to capture with Playtime. So I think sometimes I've tried to come out of that box now and actually just make music and not necessarily keep trying to chase that sound in particular. But I think when you blend what me and you are both into, because you don't make beats, but you'll still come to me with an idea, or I'll try and
It's
get
going
a
to be.
mood from you.
It's going to be making a beat in a studio, and I'll just be sitting there writing bars or
Yeah.
pacing around, should I say, not sitting there.
This
pacing
guy,
around.
more time, has got the hook written when the melody and like the chords are there. So the first 8 bars, yeah. By the time I've got the drum beat programmed in, he's probably finished his 16.
So it's like, whilst we've got you sort of like chatting here at the moment, obviously you mentioned Playtime, so whilst it would only be right to address that Bar's video was released last night. So how are you feeling about that now? Do you feel, you know, I mean, when did
It's good
Playtime,
to, like,
when was Playtime released?
Playtime dropped like the first week of the first
The
lockdown.
first lockdown, so we're looking at sort of May?
So back in March.
March?
Like March
goodness, was
23rd, I feel like it dropped.
Yeah, okay,
Something
so
like that.
how do you feel about that?
I'm glad I got it out. I hate bars.
I love that song, man.
Everyone else loves it, but I hate it, and that's because I feel like I hate it because it's the first song out of the whole EP that I
That you
wrote
rinsed as well.
and
You rinsed
recorded.
it
It's the
yourself.
first song I recorded. I don't know if it was the first song I wrote because I write in a really weird way, but it was the first song I recorded out of all of them, and I recorded it 3 times because I wasn't happy with it.
It was just first solo, would it?
Yeah, it was the first tune. I
Like
ever-
official, would it?
I think the first probably solo track I recorded was the diss track for
So
What.
do you think it's probably you just sort of trying to be humble and like seeing progression? Because I feel like a lot of artists out there, and you know, I'm not saying that you are like everybody else, but I feel like, you know, with a lot of talent, like the first thing that you sort of bring out, you always look back and you make it cringe a little bit because it's like, oh my god, like that.
Oh yeah.
That was awful, but I just feel like it's a progression thing, and maybe like you've progressed, and now you're looking back at that, and perhaps you wouldn't release that now, but you should see it as a good thing because
Yeah,
that was your
course.
base, and now, you know,
It's
even
nice
now you're
that
looking back on it,
everyone
but
else
imagine
does.
like now, 2 years into Amnesia, looking back on that, you may cringe, you may hate it even more,
Yeah.
but it was that first bass track to your whole EP, and for that you should be proud.
It is an alright song. I
love
do
Low
hate
Key,
it.
man.
Everyone else fucking loves
Low
it.
Key's a banger as well.
Low Key's
What's your
probably
favourite one?
My favourite? Oh god, I don't even know, you know. I've never even performed it live yet because obviously lockdown, but probably, I reckon Low Key, yeah, probably.
Low Key's hard tune.
Us is my
Us
favourite
is hard
tune.
as well.
Us with Sleep's cousin or Barker. It's featuring Barker on my EP because when it came out he was called Barker. But
Bad guy, but I might get reckless. Shaman die with flows and techers. Sleep on me like mattress testers. Deep down, they know who the best is. Draw for the ped, I get way too savage. Out this world from my place like Namek. Bar for bar, I'm gonna bang like hammers. Kakarot, yeah, man, I do damage.
So now we've got Amnesia, are we still going to be seeing A1553 and Scopes as two different artists, or is it going to be...
yeah.
We are still going to be
We've
having...
both got projects coming out.
Yeah.
Of course, let's hear about that then. So A1,
They
what have
haven't
we
got
got coming
names.
out?
Well, I don't know about you, mine ain't got
Yeah,
names.
mine ain't got a
I've got a
name
4-track
just yet.
EP coming out. I can't
Nice
even tell
one.
you fucking when.
Nice one. But
It'll
yeah,
be
I've
out
got.
either the no, it won't be out the end of this year because we're putting out the
Yeah,
Amnesia Boys EP.
Yeah, we've got the Amnesia Boys EP coming out real soon with the Joey, but I've already got another EP lined up as well on bars there ready. I think mine was going to be called Norfolk's Given, wasn't it?
I don't know.
That was a maybe name, but don't know. I'll leave them.
I know.
guessing that
I've
one, maybe.
probably a 4-track EP.
If anyone's got any good names, when they see this video, leave some names in the comments. I'd like to see some of the names for my next EP. That'd be sick.
And when do you hope to sort of get them out? Are we looking...
Is it that ours is that coming out? I've still got the videos to do for playtime.
Probably
so like
early times into next year, because I want to get Christmas over with and next New Year's, and videos cost money.
Of course.
Like, well, decent ones anyway.
say
You know what I mean?
probably I'll go for like spring, summer. Look for it then.
Nice.
But I've also got instrumental stuff coming out. We've both got loads of feature stuff coming out. Loads of feature stuff. The problem is we've been recording and writing for like ages now, and everything's now slowly coming out. So because it's not just like solo stuff as well. It's easy for us to record a tune. The hard part is shooting the video, and it's not easy with lockdown and everything in between.
Of course. And so I feel like we've been quite deep, quite serious, so I'm going to bring a little bit of humour to this interview if you like. So back with Tea House days, obviously everybody wouldn't be shy of knowing the horrendous comments you used to get underneath your videos. So do you think this is something that may carry on over to Amnesia?
I think that guy's got bored. Do you think that guy's got bored?
Yeah.
Not mentioning any names, we're not here to do that.
I'm not going to give nobody no clout.
However, do you think this is something that may happen over on Amnesia, or do you think you're going to be...
If hate happens, it happens, doesn't it? Because people, and everyone looks at something, yeah, and they'll be like, ah, fuck these guys. They don't know what I mean. Like, they think they're gangsters, but actually, just listen. I'm on about spinning you on a track, rude boy.
Literally,
Do you know
just
what I mean?
bars.
Like,
If
just
you know
listen,
about
mate.
like lyrics
Yeah.
and flow and just flexing on a rhythm.
I think personally, like, if you're not really into it, you don't get it. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you know, obviously this is about you, but I know that obviously when we did, me and A1 did the diss track for Sterms, I had a couple of messages being like, I don't get why she's trying to act bad, but I was actually talking about doing spins on my point shoes.
Yeah, like.
You know, and
this
I
is
just
what
feel
I
like
mean.
people are so quick to comment on maybe, you know, like the bars and stuff, thinking that you're going to go through people's houses and things like that. And don't get me wrong, like you do have, I mean, you
We're
do
gonna kick
have.
down the door to the game. Don't get me wrong.
You do have people, obviously you do have people that out there, unfortunately, in the scene that are completely blindsided about what's cool and what isn't cool, and you do have the people that try and flag that they do that. However, it isn't, I feel like it isn't.
Don't get it twisted. There are people, like, unfortunately our music does bring bad people, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Some, like, we used to struggle to get shows and that, because some people that used to like our music turn up and they're just dickheads, isn't it, really?
We have shows where, like, the show we played last year, the first show we sold out, and now we're like banned from playing it. But funny story, actually, I'm gonna tell you this because I told you this earlier. So the guy I was talking to you about, the DJ who's gonna get us a set, he does sets at Soul Calf, so we'll be back there soon.
Just swing around, mate.
But I do, yeah, like I say, I do just think that, you know,
But
people seem to just think that they, because of grime, and it does have sometimes like the bad sort of
Negative.
the negative, like that's all people see. Like they just seem to think that you're straight away talking about all these big bad things that you're going to be doing. But actually, if you understood grime and you took a minute to actually listen to what was being spat, it wouldn't be that at all.
I think it's real life with a joke, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, this is we're looking at the funny side of the dark side. Do you know what I mean?
Grime encapsulates.
Does that make sense? Like
British culture in
yeah,
this way.
all
Do you know
over
what
the
I
way,
mean?
mate. Like,
Because we're not all about tea and biscuits, but we are in a weird way.
yeah.
As a culture, we love tea and biscuits, but like,
But you come here and it's much different.
man still come from the gutter. Like, you can still have a nice house.
I think you
but
can have fun with it as
work
well.
for that.
Have fun with it, can't you?
Yeah. Like, you're a better rapper than I am. I will have some rap stuff coming out.
So obviously thinking about getting out there, doing gigs. I mean, obviously lockdown is being a right pain at the moment, and COVID, but obviously safety first, and that's what we need to be thinking about. But in terms of headlining your first show or being at a venue, where do you hope to be doing that, and when?
And the world goes back to normal.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit radio sets.
Where should we say? Because we've got a couple of places planned. We want to try and do the waterfront in Norwich, which
Yes.
is sick.
We want to get on that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I want to, in the future, put
In
on
Lynn,
like,
it's hard to say. I'd like to do one. Where would you say is the biggest place? I want to. Do you know where I want to do one?
the corn exchange.
Nah, even better place.
Where?
Cricket pitch, Gateway Community Centre.
You're
Dun-dun.
If you're from the ends, you know what I mean? No, I'd love to flip in, put on our version. Of
£3 a
Eskimo
ticket,
Dance.
bro. That'd be hard, bro. Come on, mate.
Yeah, imagine like our version of Eskimo Dance. Like everyone in the East, it's a sheller, whether it's rap, grime, trap, drill, D&B, jungle, don't care. Like, let's just all fucking
put on a show, man.
Let's smash it. As soon as the world goes back to normal, let's all absolutely link up.
Everybody in EA, mate. East Anglia.
All of us. I don't care about beef, nothing. Let's just all get this bread and eat.
If it's not drill, then it's grime. If it's not that, then it's trap, alright. If it's not something somebody likes, that's gotta be your tune there, not mine. You already know what I'm on. East side of the map, England. That's K-Town, you already know where I'm from. Went away for a bit, never said I was gone.
Okay, so we had some funnier questions, more light-hearted questions, that was posted on the Instagram, question box really. It's quite self-explanatory, but we had quite a random one, and obviously no beef intended. But we had one that said, who would win out of a fight between A1 and Wops? So I'm not sure if that means physically or if they meant
you're
like
an instigator right
a
now.
rap.
Yeah, she's trying to start things.
I'm not doing this. I'm reading what's in front of me.
In the Pentagon.
There's
what about
no-
you and Watts in the Pentagon for charity?
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But
It'd be for a good cause. So.
But it's nothing like serious like that,
Nah,
is it?
it's
It's nothing
not.
serious. I don't hate him. I don't want to
No.
beat him up. I don't want to fight him. I don't
He's
think like that.
blessed.
I just want him to know who's the best MC.
Who's the best MC?
I think
We're the shelliest in the East. Come on, like,
Come
when
on,
it
man.
comes to grime, let's just. I'm
Like,
humble.
I think you
but,
definitely
like,
see something there in What's though, and there's why there's a
I'll get you so fucking sick.
He's good.
It's good. Like,
And you hate
it's
it.
You get spotted.
I bet that question was from her on Instagram.
It wasn't me. It was not me. I don't get involved. I operate the channels. I don't write them. Right. Okay. So have we got an answer? A1 or What's?
Me.
Okay.
Just take it.
Right. What's
What if
well,
it comes with a swift one bang?
I have to wake up like Fury, bro.
My goodness. Okay. So another question we had. Kings Lynn. Okay, yeah. So why is Kings Lynn better than Norwich? I presume this probably means.
What is Kingston better than Norwich? As a place, it's not.
Look what we've instigated, bro. Like, because
We
of that,
end up in
because of
postcode
that
wars,
clashes,
bro. We're not even
because
drill
of- because of all
MCs,
the
bro.
clashes, bro. We've instigated like
They're gonna
fight
come to
between
our
me and
end.
Watts, bro.
He's gonna remix my
Who's
bars.
better
bro.
than Kingsland's better than Norwich, yeah, because this is home.
Yeah.
But
But don't you feel like they
It's a
could?
home bar.
Do you
This
not
is
feel like they
home
could say the same to you?
I feel like Norwich as a city is a sick place, but musically, like, I don't know.
I just feel like
There's a lot going on.
Kingsland's where it's at.
Coming up, we have you featuring on. Is it Lou? Am I right saying Lou, or is it Lee? Lee? How do I
Lou.
pronounce? Is it Lou?
Leo.
Okay, so you say Leo and you say Lou. So what are we
Leo.
got? Lee.
Leo.
Lou. Okay, that's Rob. So What's he releasing?
He's got an album coming out. But.
An album. So is that for his beats and his like
It's his
production
debut
work,
album
or is he actually?
Yeah, it's his production featuring all of the Manda.
Cool.
From
Oh,
Lynn,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he's not
From
personally
Cape Town,
spitting
bro.
on that himself.
Well, I don't think it'll be everyone from Lynn. It's going to be like his label as well.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but what's that
Everyone
Frank
can
Disciple
do
now?
it.
Oh, mate, it's going to be international, mate.
There's tunes on that album that I forgot about, and I keep getting reminded about them, and I'm like, fuck me. Like, wait till you hear a couple. There's ones that me and you have done that we forgot about.
So just to make that clear, so that is Rob bringing out an album of his production work, his music, his beats that he made with everybody that's worked with him in the past with their tracks. So he's basically making sort of like an album with everybody that he's worked with coming onto them. Okay, so I take it you guys are going to be on that then.
Yeah, there's literally us, Third Quarter, Sleep's Cousin, probably Piker the Psycho. Who else? Bro, there's bare people. Like, Tommy will be on it.
He's got the Essex lads as well working with him, hasn't he?
Who?
No, Italian lads, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it.
So
Some
that's what I
Italian
mean.
people
Look
out
out for it.
working
It's
on
going to
that
be
one.
sick. I'm looking forward to it because not only is it my brother, I can't wait to.
He's helped us a lot, man.
Yeah,
as well. Like
he's given us a
helped us
platform,
lot, man.
like
He's given
real
us
talk. So
give us a good opportunity as well. Like we're so thankful that we met him.
I feel like
these are like stepping stone in the like process, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like with my experiences with Rob as well, he's just very patient. He's just kind, and he's just,
he's
just
such
nice,
a
you
lovely
know.
lad.
I just feel like,
and he's real. He'll
Yeah.
give you his honest opinion.
obviously, like when we did Tidal, when me and A1 did Tidal, obviously it was the first. It was the second time that I've ever been in a studio. It's ridiculous, you know. And you know, music is my thing. I said that in the diss track to Sturms, and I'll say it to say it isn't my thing. I dance through and through. However, you know, I do enjoy what you guys do, and you've inspired me to jump on and do things. And with Rob, he was just so patient. If there was like, you know, if I messed up and things like that, he really took his time. And I think he's a credit to you guys
He's so
for
good
any
to
future
work
work that you
with,
have.
honestly.
Because
I think as an engineer and as a producer, like he's really good to work with. Like, how do you explain it? Like, obviously we get on with Rob, not only professional, but I think you have to have a good relationship with someone. You know how like me and you,
as well.
you know how me and you like, what's it called? Like, we have a natural chemistry. Whatever
Oh,
you call
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think you have to have a relationship with someone to be able to open up and be comfortable in a studio to make good music.
yeah,
And you have to be comfortable around people to do that. Like,
To be you, you can't. To make good music, you have to be you. And if it isn't
yourself.
you, it's not good music. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
And it's like, it's sick that we meet someone that actually likes us for who we are and enjoys our music.
And is trying to push us to be us. Do you know what I mean?
And I feel like comfortable around him, and like he's like, let me
Definitely.
try different things. He'll let me do as many takes as I want. It doesn't matter. Like
Yes.
he's a real big part of the process, and that's why like you know he helps me produce my beats as well. Like I had Playtime ready, you know. I produced most of Playtime, but he co-produced it and helped me and just polish it off and make it.
He wants to see you
slap
guys
that
do
little
good for
one.
you,
Yeah.
and not to put you out there because you might try and be something else and get somewhere quicker, but he wants you to get
Oh,
where
right.
you
Rob's out there for everyone. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's not out there for him. He's out there for everybody. You know what I mean? He's not because it's not just us. He helps loads of people.
I feel like he really sort of connects to that person as well. I mean, I know there has to sort of be that connection there anyway. And obviously I've only chilled with Rob a few times myself, but I just feel like the way he spoke to me when we was in the studio was different to the way he spoke to Alex. And you know, he sort of took on the fact that, you know, perhaps I was a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah.
That I needed help. I needed more help.
That's what
in
made
the
me
studio,
sick
and
in
he
the
was there
studio.
for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I was comfortable. You know, A1 was going out for smokes and things like that, and it was just me and Rob in the studio, and I just felt comfortable, and I didn't even really know him, and so yeah, credit
That's
to
my
Rob for that.
favourite thing about him. He makes you feel comfortable, and if you're struggling to do something, he'll find a way for you to do it.
To do it. Is there any collabs that perhaps you don't want to take part in? Is there anyone that you would rather not
the instigator.
to have on
She's a
your own?
fucking instigator.
But you
I
can't
don't
just
even
can't
know
all be
what
the
it
good.
is.
We
Yeah,
can't
I'll
we
go
can't
grab
talk
one.
about all of the soft and the wet stuff. It needs to be. I want to get real with you boys. You know,
Who
everybody
do I
wants
not
to know
want to
who
collab with?
Amnesia
Can it be
is.
anyone?
Doesn't necessarily have to be a mean reason as to why. It
What,
could just-
anyone?
Anyone.
I don't
Locally, you know, we don't want to talk
Locally?
about rappers that are already out and out
I
there.
love the man. No, I don't hug a spud.
Right.
No, what was it? No, I don't spud. I hug the man.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it now. Then,
Oh god.
like, I offered to do. I tried to do the tune with Watts, yeah, and was like.
If we're going back to
No,
boxing.
no. Listen.
Yes.
I tried to do. I said
Look
to
at
Watts
what
about this
you've
thing, and it's
caused.
now because loads of people say it. That's obviously where the Instagram questions come from. But people say like, "Oh, who's better than you and Watts? Who's better than you and Watts?" Blah blah blah.
I don't think it's
so I said to
competition.
him, I just said to him,
You're both
yeah,
so
I was
different.
like, let's give the people something to like gas about and everything. Let's try and get some more views in for ourselves. Both get.
You two are going to do another tune together,
Like,
whether you like it
do
or
a
not.
tune together, yeah, mate. So we're actually dissing each other on the same track.
Did you
know what I mean?
have a track with what?
Yeah, and he removed it.
Where?
It was on YouTube and that.
And
He just
SoundCloud.
removed it. Yeah,
Okay, but was there a
SoundCloud.
reason for that?
Because you spun him on his own song.
Yeah, because
No, I didn't mean that.
No, come on, it's not about bad blood and it's not about beefing guys. We don't want to, it's
I
about
just feel
being
like
real.
I
It's
just
about
feel
being
like
real.
yeah.
There's
because,
natural
well, when I sent
competition
it
in
over,
Grime anyway, you should know. Just know if I'm on a set, I'm coming for your neck, not like physically, but lyrically.
I
Like,
feel like your biggest competition is your best collab. Because if it's your competition, imagine what fire you'd have if you brought it together.
that's what I was
this
trying
is
to
what I
explain
mean.
to him.
If
That's
you
what I was
and
trying to
Watts
say. They
went
both
back to
did.
back on a tune, bars, bro, yeah, and
Yeah.
then made another tune, yeah, where you actually made a song, bro.
Yeah, it made as well, bro. It made bang, bro. You know what I mean?
Watts can bar, he's not shit.
So
He's
has
got
feature
flow.
just disappeared into the face of the earth? Do you have any rights to that? Do
Come
you
on,
have-
let's not lie. He wouldn't be
Yeah, it's gone.
getting
I
spoken.
did have it, but it's just gone now, innit? Because our hard drive broke.
What's that?
The hard drive broke with that when I did it.
What?
With them stems on from ages ago.
What tune?
Feature that hard drive was gone.
Oh,
long gone, man.
fuck
We've lost a
yeah.
load of hard drives, a
Lost
load of
loads of
unreleased
tunes.
music.
It's crazy.
So what, Scott? Come on. Do you have anybody?
No, because I love everyone, innit? I'm not. What's the word? I'm not out here trying to do that. I want to see everyone win, innit? Like, as much as.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's
I
about-
get that. Like, I'm hungry for it, but in a weird way, like the whole MC thing came from just being in the studio with you. I always wanted to be a producer. That's always going to be my love, man. And I kind of fell back in love with bars, and I felt like for a long time I wasn't in love with the lyrics and stuff like that. Because
You
that's
was
what
like struggling to have that
Yeah.
confidence, wouldn't you, man?
It was a
Like, kept,
confidence
like,
thing, definitely.
kept saying, Scopes, that's it, man. And he was like,
Yeah, of course, and I like overthink all of my bars all the time, and like that's what takes the fun out of it. I think you need to have fun with it, like, but be yourself at the same time. You need to know who you are as a person. Like, I don't want to be out here trying to be someone I'm not. Like, and that's what I mean. I just want to see everyone win, man. That's like, as much as everyone loves a good clash, bro, I'm up for a clash, but I'm not gonna fucking.
Do you think we've got any sort of ciphers to look forward to? And not necessarily a date, a plan, who, where, and what. But do you think we're going to have some sort of cipher where we're going to have all the
We
time
need to
all
do
together?
it. Yeah. There's been talk of like a cipher between everyone in K-Town,
yeah,
so that'll be happening.
that's happening very soon.
Cool. All right then. Before we round this up, then we've got another project coming out which has you guys featuring on. We haven't got the project coming out. I should correct. It's Lola Lies and. It's Lola Lies and is it called Lola Lies and Friends? Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah,
Lola
that's
Lies
coming
and
out as
Friends.
well, yeah.
Volume 1 comes out at midnight. What time is it? Has anybody got the time?
Yeah, it's 9:05, man.
So it's 9:05. It comes out in like 3 hours. So
Okay, cool. And what's
By
that?
the time you see this video, it's actually already out by a couple
By the
of
time you
times,
see
so-
this, it will be
yeah.
out. Basically, Lola, what is it? Lola and Friends Volume 1.
Yeah.
That's what it says on the tin. He's linked up with a man down and made a project. Like,
Yeah, man.
I'm on one. Me and you are on a tune together.
Yeah,
but that's the
actually
only tune I'm on. But you're on.
Oh,
a
no,
couple.
Stop. Yeah, Stop Crying's already out as
Yeah,
well as a
Stop
single
Crying's already
between me and Lola Lies. Like, it's Lola Lies' single. I'm just featuring on that as well. But it's called Stop Crying. If you want to search that on like Spotify.
So did you say that you're featuring on this one as
Yeah,
well?
me and you feature on
Yeah,
Diligent
now
Freestyle.
we do a Diligent freestyle again. Like we're both back at it with the back to back.
What we do best.
Yeah, look, man, it comes out as well. That's gonna sound sick. I can't wait.
Okay, nice. Alright then, well, it's been great to chat to you both and to get to hear a bit more about Amnesia. So we've got the track out. Next step, what are we planning?
EP. We're going to drop another video in a month. There might be a video out by the time you see this one. And then we're going to drop an EP and then another video. And then we're going to go back in the studio and we're going to make a mixtape. And then we're going to shoot a shit ton more videos. And we're going to drop solo projects. And we're going to do bare features. We're going to take over when the world goes
Every
back
time-
to fucking normal.
Every time we go studio, we record no less than 5
Bangers.
tracks. No less than 5 tracks when we
Every
go to
time.
studio. Every single time. We've got videos coming. We've got EPs
Right.
coming. We've just been, like we said, we've sat there. We've had all these.
We really
we've
like
had all this music
perfected
here.
the craft.
We've perfected the lyrics whilst we've been sitting there waiting for people. Nothing's happened. Let's hit this Amnesia boys up and let's get them out. let's get on with what we've got, innit, mate?
Yeah.
Nice, cool, okay then.
It's not a long thing. I don't want to be. It's no bad blood. I don't want to be spending my life waiting around till other people are ready to make music.
Yeah, the clock's
It's still
ticking.
like-
I don't want to be that guy that be like where someone's like, I didn't used to MC.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
I want to be that guy where they're like, yo, are you still that rapper? And then they're like, yeah, actually I am. It pays my bills now.
I want to be like 40 years old and still be invited to sets, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
innit? I want to be like Wiley, still shelling it down when like my pick-me's like 16. I want my daughter to be like, Dad, you're a bad boy sheller.
I want to make a living off Grime, mate.
Okay, I feel like we're having like a little like competition.
I want to make a milli off Grime.
I want to make a billy off Grime, bro.
I want to get silly off Grime, bro.
Oh, here we go, we're freestyling now. Okay.
Oh shit, sorry.
Thank you for taking the time out to do this then, lads. I feel like everybody, after watching this video, would get to understand Amnesia a little bit more and look forward to what's to come.
Yeah, definitely.
Peace.
So.